Question from Damian Jackson. Hey, Mr. Chana, I've just started using DVD Fab page for all of my DVDs, Blu-rays, 4K Blu-rays, and I'm loving it so far. Hey, awesome, man. I'm glad you like it, which actually segues to this article I saw last week, like a few days ago, 5 days ago, 6 days ago. And it says that 4K Blu-rays just hit their highest sales ever. Can you believe it?
Is that true?
Look at that.
That's impressive.
Yeah, I think so. Going through the article, it says like all sales are down by about 20%, but 11% of the total sales are on 4K discs, which are about 200 million discs or something sold, which is not bad. They are attributing some of it to obviously streaming. It's low, but it finally beat out DVD and standard Blu-ray. And they say it's a bunch of like collectors. So that's you guys.
So what happens when you show a graph of like how it looks compared to streaming though? It's just like,
oh yeah, streaming is still like, king these days.
Did you say collectors? Like people actually collect 4K discs?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Steelbook. Oh,
yeah.
Like this. See this?
That's news to me.
This is a Westworld.
Is that Wonder Woman?
Westworld.
So I saw something interesting mentioning the Steelbook. So I was at a gentleman's home theater in Kansas, and he took magnetic strips,
that was
them on
cool.
the wall, and he positioned all of his Steelbooks like on the wall. It looked really, really cool, man. Great way to organize them and kind of display them. To the Kev question, if you're adding a subwoofer, are you wasting your money on towers, and should you just buy monitors? So I like having towers, and the biggest thing I'm thinking of is typically, well, let's think about it this way: if you have to buy a speaker stand for a bookshelf speaker, in my opinion, I'd rather just have the tower. It's going to take up basically the same footprint. Now, if you've got like a media stand and you're going to put the bookshelf speakers up there because you don't have the width for it, then I can understand that. But I like towers. I think they provide a different overall sound than a bookshelf speaker does. Kind of that more full sound that we were talking about earlier in the show. So
I think I would agree with that. I think sometimes though the bookshelf speakers half the price.
Correct.
And I think one good thing to consider is if you get a bookshelf speaker, if you decide to upgrade later on, that can become a surround speaker or something like that. If you go with the floor standards, like that's gonna always be
but so
I will go ahead.
So my thought on that, people always ask like, what should I buy first? Well, to me, it would be your front two speakers. So get the one. To me, I would rather save up and get the ones that I want with an AVR, use that, then eventually, buy your surrounds, buy your center, buy your subwoofer, and those types of things. True. I'm not even talking about those, man. Dude,
Did Sony win the TV shootout? Yes. Sony's brand new QD OLED or Quantum Dot OLED won. Second place, I think, was the Samsung S9. It's not Samsung's OLED. Wait, I got to relook at the thing. But 8K was the Z2 by LG. So LG won the 8K. The 4K was won by Sony's new Quantum Dot OLED. Chana, what is better, ISO or MKV? We're talking about ripping 4K discs. ISO is an image file, so that will extract the entire disc. MKV is just going to get that one file of the movie. So if you have a lot of space and you want to keep intact the menus and stuff like that, the special features or whatever's on the disc,
all that stuff.
Yeah, you would go with ISO. It's going to... I'm reaching for something. Game of Thrones. I took the ISOs of all of these for the entire box set. Man, there's like 300 some gigabytes each season.
Wow.
8 seasons of this. I just finished ripping them. So I don't know, a couple of 2.5 terabytes on my hard drive. And guess what? On all these, there's 4 discs per season. There's 3 episodes on 3 episodes, 90 gigabytes for 3 episodes. So if you don't want to do that, go with MKV. That's really the bottom line. And then, depending on your 4K media player, whether if it's Shield Plex, you need to have MKV. If you go with the Zapedi or Zydu, then you can do either ISO or MKB.
Zidu.
Yeah. Zidu. I do Zidu. Is that like a Mountain Dew?
Zidu.
Now, if you'd like to join us in the after show, make sure to become a patron. It would be patreon.com/daily HiFi, and you get to video chat, kind of like this with us after the show. It's pretty awesome. You should check it out.